What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Transformers video review. I'm Edward the Collector, and today we're going to be taking a look at Transformers Armada Sideways. And as you can see, here he is in his motorcycle mode, and here is the combined form of working crosswise. He just sits right on the bike, like that, as you saw. And yeah, the motorcycle looks really cool. I love this design. I really like the purple and the yellow and the black. I just think it looks really cool. It works. I don't know. It looks really cool to me. Some people like the Cybertron Sideways like design and character better, but I'm not one of those. I like the Armada Sideways better. But yeah, he rolls all right. The front wheel doesn't roll that well, but the back wheel rolls fine, and the undercarriage doesn't actually hinder the rolling that much. Kind of does, just because it's hanging down, and also it's on like a cloth surface. I think if it was on like a smoother like wood or tile surface, it would roll a little bit better. But other than that, it looks pretty cool. You can take him off. It looks pretty cool. As you can see, there's ports for both of the headmasters, and it just looks cool. I like it. It looks kind of like a police motorcycle, just because those motorcycles usually have more going on. They usually have like bags or bigger gas tanks and stuff. There's stuff hanging off. So it's not really a sports bike, but it does look cool as like a motorcycle. So as you can see back here, there's like, I don't know if these are really exhaust pipes because they're clear, but that's what I think they are. And they're like tainted orange. But those are missiles, and I will show you how they shoot later on in robot mode. But yeah, not much else to say. It's just a simple, nice looking motorcycle. So as you can see, there's the handlebars with some detailing, the braking and handles, I guess. Seat on the back, two wheels. Yeah, looks good. So I'm gonna set him towards the back, and we can look at this guy. And in all honesty, I do not remember his name. I haven't watched the show in like a couple months, and I don't know if it was on the packaging or not. I actually did get this guy new in packaging. I got him from Misfit Toys in Houston. Cool store. Definitely should check it out if you're in Houston or whatever. But yeah, got him for a good price and in package. So, but I don't remember this guy's name. I think he was in the show for like a little bit. I think when Sideways first showed up, he was riding him. And then after that, I don't remember if he showed up ever again. But he looks pretty cool. He has some articulation too. We'll check out in a second. But, a nice little head sculpt that you can barely see. But that's pretty cool. And as you can see, it's, two different designs. So it's like gray legs, black top. And for articulation, he has some ball joints at the shoulders and a hinge. So there's some nice movement there. There's a hinge at the elbow and a ball joint at the elbow, so quite a lot going on there. He has a ball joint at the hip. Can go all the way around. He has a hinge and a ball joint at the knee, so you can get some weird, wacky poses out of that. And yeah, just put him back on. You just kind of angle the legs how they would be on a motorcycle, pretty much, and kind of an awkward place for a peg, or a tab, but, we're not going to pay attention to that. And then you just place him on the bike without doing that. That was bad. Just put that back on. And then, pretty sure those can go over it like that, yeah. I had him like this originally. Like that. But I literally just now realized that there is actually like a slope, or like a U, and I'm pretty sure that's meant to go on the handlebars, so have them on there a little bit better. That's cool. And then yeah, just place it, just like push his legs in a more natural position, and there you go. He's riding the bike. Looks very cool. I love that. And then, like I said before, it is a guy made up of two guys, so you just fold down that gray piece and split them apart. And then spin this guy around. Spin around the legs like that. And there you have... I'm going to check the box real quick. And since I actually have the box, you can look at it with me. This is the box it came with. Very classic look. He came with this little card as well, but I didn't take that out. Which is pretty cool. You know, just a nice look at what packaging used to be compared to nowadays. But yeah, that's very cool. A very cool box. Here's the back of it. And as you can see, there's another figure you can get from the line. I don't know why they don't show figures like in the line anymore. Like back in the day, there used to be little basically advertisements for other figures you can get like in the same line, but nowadays they don't do that. It's literally just the character with a bunch of words and just some artwork. It's kind of disappointing. But the gray one, this is Crosswise. He is the Decepticon headmaster, and I'll show you what I mean by that later on, but this is Crosswise. Interesting looking, for sure. From the front, he looks fine, but from the side and any other angles, it's just pretty strange. But he has a little nice little head sculpt, and also a head sculpt, but we'll show that later. And for this guy, the torso, push that head up till it clicks, and fold down the legs like this. Oh yeah, like that. And fold it on the arms. And this is Rook. He's the Autobot headmaster. So both are very interesting looking, for sure. I like the gimmick, but they're very funny looking. They're also technically minicons. They have the ports on the back. Both of them do. And I'll show that off in robot mode as well. So, yeah, these are the minicons, and we're going to set them off to the side. I could just keep him in frame, I guess, to lay him down. And let's take a look at Sideways in his robot mode. So, to transform him to robot mode, you want to fold up the seat like that, untab the legs from each other, extend the leg on these sliders like that, push down the foot, and then fold it up and click it. There's a tab right there, and then a hole right there that you just push that onto, and then you slide the gray part in so it looks like that, and then fold the foot so it looks even, or not, I guess not really even, but it's flush with the rest of the leg, and he can stand later on. Same on the other side, like that. And there's his legs. Then the arms fold out like this. Then you want to untab the motorcycle windshield headlight assembly. You fold that around and down. And then this part's kind of tricky. You want to fold in these outer pieces of the arms like this, and then fold in the inner part. And then it tabs or plugs into the torso, the chest. So there's like little clear pegs right there, and then the holes right there that you just plug them into, like so. This side kind of doesn't peg in all the way, as you can see. It's kind of still a little bit of a gap, whereas this side is flush, but that's fine. Then you want to bring out the arms a little bit and fold them around like that, revealing the fronts of his arms. And then this assembly has a specific way of going. So as you can see, this part is rounded and that part is flat. So you want to fold it around like this and then fold them up like so. That becomes his backpack. And then straighten out the arms a little bit. And then you want to pull up his head, which goes up like that. And now the horns, I don't really remember exactly how they were in the show, so I kind of just angle them how I like. And again, if you get the figure, you can angle them how you like. They can be up like that, they can be down, they can be forward. I kind of like them like this. So, there he is. There is Armada Sideways in his robot mode. He looks pretty cool. but also not really. I still like the design, I like the color scheme, but the toy and just the era of where it comes from is just goofy. Like they all of the Armada figures kind of had a look about them. They were all kind of chunky, kind of had weird stuff going on, but this isn't super accurate. Some of the other figures were a little bit accurate to the show, but this one isn't entirely accurate. But I still really like the figure. I love it a lot. It's really cool, in my opinion. But yeah, he definitely looks kind of goofy. But I like the handlebar horns. I think that's kind of cool. It's kind of like cattle or something, but like cows. But yeah, his face, not much going on there because that's not really his real face. I mean, it kind of is. This is like his real form, and the other ones are kind of, the heads are based on like specifically sides. But yeah, you don't see this head much in the show. So there he is in his robot mode. And again, like I said earlier, you can use these guys as mini-cons, and you basically just put them on, and then you can shoot the missile by pushing forward. But it's like very difficult to do. So it's like, it can be done, it's just kind of hard. But that's cool. They actually are missiles that you can fire. When I'm pretty sure in the show they weren't actually missiles, they were just kind of guns hanging off of his arms. But I do miss missiles, like missile gimmicks. And speaking of gimmicks, the last thing he can do is you can push his head down and fold back the handlebars. And for the heads, what you want to do for this one, they actually do transform differently. So you fold down the arms on this one, and I like to fold around the legs like this and bring around the hips like that. So I don't even know what these would be called, but the bumps on his thighs are on the top, and then the legs pointed out like this. So fold it around like that and like that, and then you want to slide up that part, and there is a head that just slides. Actually, I'm going to do it in order of the show. So we'll have this in a little bit. This one, you fold down the arms again, and as you can see, they're in different positions, and you'll see why in a second. So again, bring down the legs, and then fold around the legs so they're at an angle. And again, he has those horns. And then this one slides in like this, plugs in, and then you have to manually slide up the eye plate. And there is Rook in Headmaster form, and Sideways in his Autobot form. As you could probably, hopefully saw, I wasn't paying attention to the camera, but I'll make sure you see it in this, when we do this one. This part, a part in there slid down to reveal the Autobot symbol when his head went on. And I think that's really cool. It's pretty goofy looking, honestly, because they didn't have much, I don't know what the word I'm looking for is, but it's big because of the time frame it was from. Most Headmasters back in the day were massive. Like, I don't know what was up with it, but nowadays we have much smaller Headmasters that actually look good. But I don't know, something about just back in the day from like the late 80s to 2000s, like it went on for a while. Like just Headmasters were big. So, but yeah, I think it looks pretty cool. I like the design of this head a lot. It was only in the show for a little bit, but I like that. It looks cool. Then you can just take him back out, and the panel slides back up. And then for this one, you can see his arms are wider set, and it goes down in there, and it pushes down a different panel, which reveals the Decepticon logo. So that's very cool to me. And again, this head design, fairly similar, but also pretty different at the same time. They both have the mask look and like kind of big foreheads, I guess. But this is the one he used like, for the majority of the show, like, the majority of the time he was seen, I'm pretty sure. Like, even, like, towards the end of the series, this was his look. So, which is kind of a shame, because on the figure, I don't like it that much. I actually like this head. I think this head looks better on the figure, but oh well. I like both of them. I like the gimmick. I think it's just funny, because it's goofy. Like, look at how big his head is. Like, that just looks stupid. But his proportions are just all wonky. His giant backpack, his chest is massive. It's a funny figure. I don't know. I love it, though. And I didn't really mention articulation, but I will. I'm going to take off this head, though, so it doesn't really get in the way too much. But for articulation, he doesn't have much. I don't even think he has a swivel at the head, which I feel like he should. But there's nothing there. His handlebars, like you saw earlier, can move around a little bit. He has a swivel at the shoulder and a ratchet joint at the shoulder as well, so there's some in and out there. He has a swivel at the bicep and a bend at the wrist. I'm guessing that's supposed to be like an elbow, but that's his wrist, so I don't know what's up with that. He has a ratchet at the hip and a ratchet at the hip again, so he has a lot of movement of the legs, which is pretty cool, I guess. Nothing at the knees and nothing at the ankles, except a little bit of downward movement, just because of the nature of the joint, not the transformation thing. But hey, it's an old figure. I wasn't expecting much of it. I just, I love Sideways. I love Sideways' character in the show. He was cool to me. He was just cool. So I really hope they do a new version of him. They've been doing Armada stuff for like a little while now, and I actually have Legacy Armada Galvatron here. So, oh my gosh. There's those two. And yeah, you can definitely tell which one is the older figure. This one is from like last year, 2024, I think, and this one is from 2002, 2003, sometime around then. Early 2000s versus 2020s. It's crazy how far we've come. Even though this one is still fairly limited, just because the shoulders and just the nature of the design. But you can definitely tell. But that's kind of like why you kind of like these older figures. It's just, they're gimmicky, but they're fun, and they're kind of dumb looking. It's just all of them, from like G1 all the way up to like, I guess like 2009 maybe, with like Revenge of the Fallen. Just like all of those figures were just gimmicky, kind of chunky. Just, they felt fun to handle. Nowadays, it's like, they're still fun to handle because there's a lot more posability, a lot more detailing. But I don't know, there's something just about older figures that is just nice. There's something about them. I don't know. But overall, it's kind of a bad figure. Let's be honest, it's kind of mid. But I love the figure. If you like Armada, or if you like Sideways as a character, you should definitely get it if you can find it for a good price. I got impatient waiting for a new version, which is why I got this figure. But I'm definitely going to be getting a new version of the figure if they ever do it. I feel like they should. I feel like they kind of missed out on doing it. But, hey, they're doing a Cybertron Sideways soon. I don't know if anyone saw the leaks, but they're doing I think it's Age of the Primes, the new toy line. They're going to be doing a Sideways from Cybertron show in that line. So, that's going to be cool. I might get it, but again, I'm not a big fan of the design or that character as much as him. So, I'll stay patient. I guess, not really stay patient because I got this figure, but I'm just going to hold out for a modern version of Armada Sideways because, again, I like the character, and like I said, if you like the character, definitely try to find this figure. But yeah, I like the figure. It's kind of, like I was mentioning, kind of but it's still fun. So, thank you so much for watching my review of Armada Sideways. If you like the video, make sure to like it. If you like the content, make sure to subscribe. And, yeah. I'll see you on the next video.